Hello chess fans, we're back with another rapid chess video against Terminator 1000, and so we're going to go for d4. We're going to try to go for the Jobava London. So my rating is down a lot, so hopefully I can get some rating back here. But okay, we see e6. I always love playing this g4 gambit. It's super fun. A lot of players don't know what to do, so knight d5 is just... I feel like he misclicked. He meant to go d5, but like knight d5 is like... it's just really weird. So e4 immediately comes to mind after takes, d5. Let's say I go e5, he goes c5. g4 doesn't hurt me in that position, but it doesn't help me. It's often just correct to make a decision quickly. And so I think I'm just going to take here, go h3, go bishop g2 maybe. Maybe put the bishop on f4. He probably goes h5. Maybe this wasn't a good decision. Okay, let's go bishop g2 attacking this pawn. And we'll see how he defends. Okay, he defends like that. Now I could go e4 in some positions, but I think I'm just going to keep developing. There's no harm in that. Go queen d2. I assume queen b6. Okay, that's also playable. This makes it hard for him to develop his pieces here. Okay, that I don't care about. I don't care if you want to open the g file. That's fine by me. Okay, he sort of attacks this pawn. Let's just defend it with here. And, oh, I guess he wants to go g5, does he? No, I could just take here. I could go bishop d6, not take here, sorry. Okay, there. He probably intends to go here. So let's go for knight f3 attacking the bishop. And we're just looking to win the bishop, to be honest. I don't know if he wants to go bishop a6 or not really sure what the bishop actually does there. But it's probably reasonable. Bishop d6 I just really want to play, but let's play king b1. Usually the king doesn't like to be on this diagonal, and also c file could open up. We might want to go rook g1 and go for g5. Actually, I'm not even sure why I didn't go for g5 right away. Is his bishop not trapped? Does he have h6? No, he doesn't. Yeah, so g5 right away just looks winning to me. I'm not really sure I missed this the previous move, but okay, it looks like we have a very nice position, and he does go for h6. So if I take, he wants to go for g5, I assume, but then I can go bishop d6 at the very least. Oh, he takes, which is really weird. So I probably want to open the g file somehow. I also kind of want to get my queen over. So I could just go rook g1. I assume he'd go king here. Yeah, it's very unclear. I could also try to go like for e4 or something. Knight e5 also looks pretty tempting. Yeah. Actually, I don't know about knight e5. I might want to pick up that bishop somewhere in the future. Okay, another thing is I probably just should go quickly, I assume. But yeah, this can't be a bad move because, okay, my rook kind of wants to be on the g file. Let's go knight e5 now. I want to take this and then go queen e2, queen h5. I think that should be a nice plan, and then put pressure here. But actually, maybe he has this as an idea. His knight has a tough time developing here, so that's sort of my main idea. I could try to take here. I think this is a tactic that works. The idea is if he takes, I have rook f7, knight f7 with a nice tactic. But he might have here, but then I just take this. So that should be a tactic that does work. Oh, I thought my knight was trapped for a second. Here, I think he gave me e4. Bishop g5 here. Takes here. I can take here. He takes with the queen. I take. He takes here. I'm up a pawn. Oh, no, I'm not even up a pawn there. So, yeah, his king is too dangerous to actually want to be trading queens, so I don't think we should. And I want to just go here, I assume. Queen g5 looks like a very weird move. I don't think it's particularly good. I might want to go c4. The idea is just to try to bring my knight back into the game. Okay, queen g5, he goes for it. f4 looks weird. I really want to defend this guy here, so then I can go like bishop takes here, maybe. So maybe, yeah, just go here. I assume. Just defending this, and I just want to take on d5. And we'll see what he does here. I'm up a pawn. His king is very weak. I can't go f4 anymore because, oh no, I still can, but I lose a pawn. But, okay, I feel like my position is nice. It should be winning. And yeah, knight d5 was very strange. Okay, he goes there. I really want to get my knight back into the game, but I also want to go c4. I feel like c4 is quite reasonable. Just looking to get the knight back in the game. His king is really weak. And also, if he ever goes for d5 after... like if he's probably going to go b5, I assume. Now here, I could go here, threatening to take this. That's one move that is possible. d5 kind of runs into here. Well, d5, he's still kind of locked down on this pawn, right? Because his guy can't easily develop. d5, maybe I could go for like bishop f3 in that position. And if knight d7, I could take, try to exchange. I don't know if I actually want to exchange. Or I could go knight d2 and here. So knight d2, this is still hanging, yeah. Because now if he goes d5, I can still go here and look for knight e5. I think the main thing here is also I have to make sure I don't run out of time here, because I have a habit of doing that. Let's go knight f3 or e4 maybe. Let's go bishop f3. I just want to trade that rook off. He can't go knight d7 because he hangs this. That's why I didn't want to go bishop f1. And I assume I take with the rook, though I could definitely be taking with the queen as well. Both are considerable. I'm not really sure what the knight does anymore here. But yeah, I think I'm just going to take that. I do not care. I think I'm just going to take it. I win a lot of material. And yeah, his knight might get b4. B4 would threaten here, wouldn't it? Yeah, actually I didn't even consider that. Knight b4. Maybe I want to prevent knight b4, I guess. I might go knight f3 right after. Knight b4 I could take here. And if he takes here, well, I'm okay with that. That's an exchange. I assume he's going to take here. Okay, he's not. Okay, let's just take. So now he could try to go rook g2 in the future. Let's go knight f3. Yeah, let's go knight f3, threatening here. The bishop always has d5 in this position. Okay. He goes there. Let's just take here, I assume. It's fine. This is still on pre. Okay, he goes there. He wants to get on this diagonal. So let's just close that off. Seems quite reasonable. I want to go a3 here. Okay, queen d7. So I can't go a3. So I have to go b3. I'm threatening here. He could go d5, I guess maybe is his idea. But wait, then I just take that for free. What's another idea? Okay, queen there. Okay, let's just take, I assume. Take. And a3 should just win a piece, I assume. Right? How does he defend it? Is he gonna go rook b8? I would go queen d3. The knight's still trapped. Here I just have check probably, or even check here and then takes. I don't know. I gotta be careful here. I'm really low on time and I know I'm completely winning, but okay, queen e2 makes sense. Let's go for bishop c4 maybe, but then he has d5. I take. Okay, I just need to go fast, don't I? Queen e2 probably. Seems reasonable. Yeah, I don't like. I gave him rook b8. Shouldn't have done that. Could take here. I could just go a4 to be honest. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for a4. Or I could even go here, couldn't I? Queen e3 looks nice. Oh my god, did I give him here, f2? Does he have takes f2 here? No, he doesn't. Okay, f2 I assume, right? I think his knight is still trapped. Okay, I just gotta go quickly here. I might not be able to give good commentary. Okay. Okay, well that's just easy, right? I'm just gonna go here. Win the pawn. Okay, wait. Yeah, this I'm pretty certain I can win this even with very low time. Here is the idea. He can't get onto c3. Otherwise, I'm just going here, taking this pawn. And I should be up a lot of material. Now I just want to push the pawn. Just go and push the pawn. Just keep pushing the pawn. And go here. Just keep pushing the pawn. Oh, I could have just taken here actually. I didn't even realize that. Just take this. Just go behind the pawn. And then push the other pawn. Just push all the pawns and this should be pretty smooth victory, as long as no mishaps happen here. Okay, that's should allow me to promote now. And I'm just going to take that. And he resigns. Okay, so I think that was a pretty good game. I wouldn't say I played it well, like perfect or anything, but yeah, I definitely allowed him way too much counterplay there at the end. Okay. So yeah, this knight d5, I have a feeling this was a misclick. It's definitely not the best move here, probably. So yeah, if you're wondering about this gambit, I think it's very, very tricky, and it's something that not a lot of players know, actually. So I think it's definitely something that you could try out in your own games, and you should get a lot of success. So obviously, I think, you know, black's most usual response here is to take here. But funnily enough, the most usual response I have is always d5, which is actually not the best move in this position here. After g5, I think knight fd7 and e4. White has just got a lot of tempos for free, like with this g4, g5. This knight went back, and you have a French where you didn't play e5. Instead, you played g5 in sort of one move. So it's a little bit strange, but it's definitely a good position for white. Here, for example, if we played e5, I think it would be bad, because then after c5, we're in trouble. But here, if c5, we can always just take here and we win a pawn. So ideally, probably they'd have to go for something like bishop b4, but then after like knight e2, we're defending here. If they go here, we can always go for h4, a3, and we have a lot of kingside attack opportunities if they castle queenside. So after g4, d5 is not such a good move. Now, the move you will see the most often is this move knight takes g4, which I feel like is not actually the best move, even though it might seem like, oh, you just gave me a free pawn, I'm going to take it. The idea is, okay, we're going to get the center here with e4, and we're attacking the knight immediately. And for example, I don't think any of your opponents will actually defend this. Let me just check the lead chess database, actually. I think none of your opponents will actually defend this. Most people will play for this move. Knight f6. And now here, all you have to remember is this. This is an important thing. Do not play e5. Do not play this, because after knight d5, and for example, I don't know, something like this, black's position is actually kind of pleasant. They are kind of just up a pawn. The g file doesn't matter that much. And if we go like here, they can go for d6, immediately pressure us, and then they can go for bishop g4, and we have sort of a problem. We can't really go h3 and g4 because we don't have a g pawn. So do not play e5. Here, just play calmly. Knight f3. And what is our idea? The idea is we want to get a French with an open g file. As you know, in the French, many times in like the winner were French or whatever, like for example, if you went for like e4, e6, d4, d5, like knight here, this, here, oh sorry, a3 takes, knight e7. Here, queen g4 is a really popular idea. And the idea is really hard for black to defend this. If they castle, we can immediately go for something like bishop d3, and we're always threatening this idea of bishop h6. Castling is actually not a very good move here because of that, and I think there's a very nice game, Caruana-Shankland, that kind of proved why castling is not a good move. So for the same reason, after takes, e4, knight f6, not e5, knight f3, if they go for d5 here, and for example, knight d7, the position is actually really nice for white because we can place this rook on g1. Now it's so hard to develop their bishop on g7, and if they let us take on g7, okay, it's really bad. They go g6, okay, look at their dark squares. Let's immediately jump in with this, and if we get this trade-off, we can try to get our pieces into these squares. And again, there's so many ways for black to go wrong here. What's a natural move in the French? Go c5, immediately use knight d5, and there's no way to stop knight d6. And for example, it could even get worse. They could go knight d6, here, takes, and then knight g5, and there's no way to defend f7 now. Now, okay, actually, that hangs this pawn, but okay, that's another idea that you can just be wary of. So here they have to play a move like a6, and then h6, they're never castling. So you can see how fun this position is for white, while black is just suffering. And that's just a sample line out of knight takes g4. Here, another approach they can take is to just go for d6 and just be like, oh, give me my pawn, like I like my pawn. But a lot of opponents won't do this because they like playing actively. And here again, rook g7, we're just going to make it as hard as them, possible as them, to castle kingside. And you're going to go h4, h5, and okay, traditional attacking position. Okay, so now the problem with g4, and also the reason why, instead of going bishop f4, which we would usually do in this sort of position, is this move bishop b4. So we're not really scared of d5 because of the fact that, okay, we transpose back with knight e5 or e3 to our main lines. And we're not afraid of any other move. c5, not c6. c5 is just met by d5, and here we have a good Benoni. So bishop b4 generally causes problems. And I really just do not like this line for white, which is why I don't play bishop f4 in this position. For example, if you play this move e3, immediately after knight d5, like, okay, you're in trouble. And it's very, very unpleasant for black to play here. Or sorry, for white to play here, because the fact that, okay, we're being double attacked, and after here, they can just take our bishop, and yeah, I don't really want to play this position. So we can't go e3, so we have to go queen d3, which, okay, it's not really the ideal move that we want to play, because of the fact that, okay, for one, they can go for this move c5, and if we take, then go knight a6, they're getting another tempo on the queen. If we go here, they can go like queen a5, putting pressure here. And they sort of just have like a very good Nimzo Indian. So we just really don't want to allow this. So instead of that, that's why we go g4. And the idea is to meet bishop b4 with queen d3 still, but at least we have this ability for us to go for e4 in the future. So we say that, okay, this is more useful than this move bishop f4. For example, if takes here and knight a6, maybe we can kick the knight away with g5 immediately, knight d5, and okay, here we have the option of going bishop d2. So yeah, just giving us more options. Generally, yeah, this bishop b4 move is the most critical move. Usually against gambits, the best way to respond might be to take the gambit sometimes, but the best way to respond in a human way is to just play active and develop your pieces and create threats like with this bishop b4 move. So this is just generally a principle. And okay, here I would have gone queen d3, and then d5, there's this idea, and the position remains roughly equal. The g-pawns may be misplaced, but the real fun happens, yeah, as white when they take here. So yeah, this gambit, to be honest, it's not actually fully sound, and not because the gambit part of it is not sound, but more so because of the fact that bishop b4 causes us a lot of problems. And also, this line is just generally good against the Jobava London. So if you play the French as black, so if you're willing to be able to go for e4, definitely go for this line. Like if you're willing to play this position right here and you want a weapon against the Jobava London, I will tell you this: every single Jobava London player absolutely despises after here this move bishop b4. It's so annoying, and it just doesn't let me do what I want to do, which is I want to go for this knight b5. I want to go for this knight e5, push the pawns on the queen side. Like, I can't do any of this fun stuff when you go for this bishop b4. So if you play French, do this. Also, even if you don't play the French, like here, this is still like not the most crazy thing in the world, because you're just playing an improved French. You've avoided the exchange variation, you've avoided the advanced variation, you've avoided the Tarrasch variation, you avoided a lot of variations, and you're playing one of the most respectable lines of the French. So here, definitely, it's something that's quite considerable, like if you just want to learn it to your repertoire just against the Jobava London. Okay, but here knight d5 was played, so let's analyze this game finally. h3, okay, bishop g2, c6, bishop f4. This looks all reasonable. I guess the position is closer to equality than I thought. Okay, here the engine says maybe here first. Let's say they castle. Oh, you're gonna put the bishop on d3. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. The bishop is much better attacking there. And yeah, maybe it was just sort of a bad fianchetto the bishop. I just thought since we have h3 g4 for free, why don't we play this? Also here I was worried about this move h5. Okay, it's not a problem, I guess. Bishop g2. Yeah, I guess I was just so lost in the fact that my opponent was going to play this move h5 that I just decided to play bishop g2 anyways. So, okay, at castle here I have a nice advantage, and yeah, here I just missed g5. Just an unfortunate miss. And I missed this for a lot, so yeah. Yeah, definitely not a well-played game. I just missed this move g5 like 10 times in a row. Here, and here I could have taken here. Oh my gosh, this is, I feel like it's quite obvious. Oh no, wait, yeah, I just win a piece. Okay, so this game was very badly played, I think. Okay, but here I still should be completely winning. Here, this is a nice tactic. And then I should go e4. I was worried about bishop g5, f4, takes here, takes. Oh, I guess I only considered this. This is the only thing I considered, and I thought, okay, after like bishop e4, I guess I'm better, but like it's hard to see. But I completely forgot you could just not trade queens. I guess queen g3, queen f1. Wow, already even queen takes f5. What's wrong with this? Oh, I guess you can't go here, right? Because he's threatening mate. So you go queen f1 threatening here, and then they have to go like queen e3, and then, okay, you're winning a lot of material here, and then here, like takes here even. Okay, yeah, I guess that was a miscalculation. Really, his king is quite open. I didn't have to try to trade queens, but the knight on a3 is horrible. So queen e1, looking for bishop f3, c4 is good, okay, b5 is good, yeah, knight d2. Knight a5 would have been bad because of d5. It looks like I'm getting this c5 square, but I'm just not, because of the fact that he goes knight d7. So I thought knight d2 was better to go knight f3. Bishop f3. Knight a6 just gives up this pawn. Takes. Knight f3 is really bad. So I should take here first. That after knight b4, a3. Yeah, I can get this off in time. And then, okay, this is... Oh, this is even winning, right? Because he can't go here. And if he goes here... Or not there, sorry. If he goes queen e6, I have e4, yeah. Yeah, I just did not see that. Okay, but knight f3. You can't really blame me. I have like a minute here. And like here, it's getting very, very dicey. I think that ideally I would not like to have this position. F3, queen e3, and okay, this is just, after this is like such an easy win for me. I thought he was going to go f2. I was going to go rook f1, and if he goes here, I just take, and I'm just up a piece. But, you know, you can always miscalculate this sort of thing. So in this position, yeah, I think it was just an easy win, and there's no problems from here. So, yeah, I think definitely a game that, okay, my opponent did misclick in the opening, but it still shows you that how maybe you can attack with this. I think f5 was a little bit way too ambitious. But yeah, that's the end of today's video, guys. If you liked the video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.